Right, let me see these patch 10.07 patch notes. Are they on Wowhead? Show me. Where can I find them? 10.07. Here we are. So, we guessed correctly. We said that, you know, we get some 10.07 news literally the day that it was out. 10.05 was out in the EU. And here it is. Professions are just broken. I disagree. 10.07 is coming soon to the PTR. Here are a few notes on Return to the Forbidden Reach, new heritage armor, monk class for more races, recruiter friend refresh. Oh, we were just talking about that earlier. That is very, very interesting. Let me just turn that off there. Right, let's have a look. Well, I'm excited already. In development, see what's next in patch 10.0.7. Patch 10.0.7 is in development, and with it comes a variety of new content updates, including a return to the Forbidden Reach, new heritage armor for orcs and humans, and more. Return to the Forbidden Reach. Return to the Forbidden Reach to learn more of the story of the Drakthea Evoker awakening now that the defeat of Razageth has been secured. This zone includes new content for max level players delving into the troubles left behind by the meddling of the Primalists and the chaos they've left behind among the elements. Not great sentence cadence there. Players will encounter new bosses and objectives, more storms, new loot to add to their arsenal, and more. Orc and Human Heritage armor. Okay, sorry. Wait. Return to the Forbidden Reach to learn more of the story of the Drakthea Evoker awakening, blah, blah, blah. Players will encounter new bosses and objectives, more storms, new loot to add to their arsenal, and more. Do you think this loot will be, like, higher item level? Is there going to be an item level increase from the loot in Return to the Forbidden Reach? Or do you think it's going to be a way of people just getting mythic level gear or something, or heroic level gear, or... Yeah, I can see it being heroic level for catch-up, yeah. And maybe it'll have some, like, mini set bonuses or something as well. Orc and Heritage Human Armor. Oh shit, so this is the Human Heritage Armor. Both orcs and humans can earn new Heritage Armor to show off their pride. You'll follow a series of quests, culminating in receiving a new armor set specific to your race. And I'm really excited about this, because I can actually do both of these. A lot of the time when there's Heritage Armor, I have not got enough rep with a specific faction to actually do them. I will be able to do Orc and Human straight up. I mean, it looks like Warfront armor, but I love it. I'm completely down with this. This is great. And yeah, I mean, they look exactly like you thought they were going to look like, right? I don't love the Orc one. What do we think of the Orc one? Do we love it? Okay, people love it. I don't love it. Wow. I'm glad people love it. Okay, good. Well, that's fantastic. I think it's fine. I like the human one, though. I really like the male kind of like neck bit around here. I think this is really cool. The shoulders are very good. They're going to see a lot of use. Yeah, I like it. Very cool. The Monk class expands to new races. In the 10.07 content update, the Monk class will be available to the Goblin, Lightforged Draenei, and Worgen races. Big dub. Weird that they weren't allowed to be monks in the first place, if you ask me, but that's as it is. And Recruit a Friend refresh. This is really interesting. All new rewards are arriving to the Recruit a Friend program. We were literally just talking about this today. Talking about when they were going to refresh the rewards on Mage Tower, or, in fact, for the achievement for the trading post, which I would say is quite a good comparison to the Recruit a Friend, honestly, because that takes a year to do as well. So we can kind of use this as their kind of time frame for something that they might look at for Mage Tower rewards and for that achievement reward as well. Very interesting. So last chance to get your cool Explorer transmog, right? Letting you bring new and returning friends to World of Warcraft. Stay tuned to the official site for more details when we get closer to the update. Patch 10.07 will be making its way to the PTR soon. Great. Okay, fantastic. 0 comments. I find that very hard to believe. The Orc armor looks amazing. The human armor, not so much. I disagree. I think they both look fine. I mean, good. I don't get as excited about heritage armor as a lot of people do. I know some people, they get really, really into heritage armor. And they invest a lot of thought into it. This armor gives you 1 spiky nipple. What skull is that on his shoulder, please? What skull is this? Yeah, spiky nipples for the oh, is it a night saber? It does look a bit night saber. Yeah, saber cat, nice one. So it's yeah, Not that baller, is it, really? It's not overly baller. Got a fucking saber cat on my fucking shoulder, dudes. I wish I had more Horde red. Yeah, totally. I'm with you, actually. I guess that's what I think that's it, honestly. I think that's it. It's not quite red enough for me. Not quite red enough. Okay, so for me, the most interesting part of the patch is the return to the Forbidden Reach. This is the big stuff, because the story quests are going to reveal where we're going for 10.1, so that's the big one. That's the really big one. It is fantastic that this has been announced now, the day after 10.05 hits the EU servers, or the day that 10.05 hits the EU servers. So I'm really interested. New bosses and objectives, more storms. Why more storms? I don't like the storms. I think they're boring. I hope there are lots of people who do like them. I think that's great. But I'm a bit bored of storms. I'll be honest with you, I never actually liked them, even as like the intro, pre-patch. I thought they weren't very good. I barely do them. I haven't done the new storm event yet in Primalist tomorrow. I mean, look, better to have them than not, right? You know, I'm not saying the game would be better without them. Clearly, the game is better with them than without. Obviously. But they're not my favorite thing. And I guess because I get my gear, I've got no reason to do them either, right? You know, I'm not bothered by the cosmetic rewards that I can get from them, and I don't need the power rewards from them. Yeah, a bit of a halfway idea. I think they are probably my biggest disappointment in Dragonflight so far, which is saying something. I would count that as a massive compliment to Dragonflight, honestly, that's my biggest disappointment. Storms in the pre-patch were great because you could level fast. Oh, yeah, sure. Still don't do them. Yeah, exactly. I don't do them. And so they don't affect my game in any way. And actually, like, when you fly into an area and it suddenly goes all snowy or whatever, that's kind of cool. Like I say, it's better to have them than not. And there's so many different ways to gear, but okay, let me ask you, are there people in this chat right now who are essentially solo players, essentially world solo players, and who do storms? I know that Evitel is one of those players. Like, Evitel has put quite a bit of time onto storms, on her main, even, and got some sigil gear and stuff. Yeah, loads of people. I wouldn't be surprised that lots of people do them. It's a good transmog. I would like to get it eventually for the transmog. What if your children wanted to watch you do them? Would you for them? No. Yeah, sure, man. I'd tell them to go and watch their mum. I bet they're a really, really good way of leveling alts, yeah. I wish they were a better way of... gearing alts, I should say. I wish they were a good way of leveling alts as well. I'm also a world player, but storms just bore the heck out of me. Oh, the other side of the coin. Yeah, they're not my sort of thing, honestly. But they are what they are, you know. They don't do anything. You're right. They don't do anything. But then there's no lack of kind of nifty little events and stuff happening in Dragonflight, you know. If that was the only thing that we had, then it would suck. But there's so many different little events and stuff that it feels a bit churlish to get too upset about storms, to be honest. But when I'm promised more storms, that doesn't make me feel amazing. That doesn't make me go, oh yeah, these are Varian's shoulders, aren't they? Well, at least this, did he have eagles on both shoulders? Because this does not have eagles on both shoulders. But you're right, the eagle is very Varian, isn't it? Eagle and lion. Oh, okay, so it's not a lion on this side. But the eagle is very Varian, yeah. Good shout. Good spot. And I like the kind of like the leatheriness of the trousers and the pants and stuff. I can see those pants getting a lot of use. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I like it. I like it more than the orc one. The spiky nipple is doesn't do it for me. It's cool. I've got spiky nipples already. What do I need them on my heritage armor for? I hate the helmet. Yeah, but I mean, what else are you going to do on a human heritage armor helmet? It was always going to look like this. Yeah, I find the orc one a bit uninspiring, for sure. It looks like a Warhammer orc. It's one of the most Warhammer looking sets for orcs that I've ever seen. I won't be able to unsee the spiky nipple. I mean, it's very spiky. Why is our heritage only warriors? My shaman would never dress like that. Your shaman wouldn't wear a spiky nipple? Wait, there are literally shaman-like shoulders that look exactly like this. Like, I've seen like, one of the reasons I'm not too inspired by the orc one is because I've seen so much like it before, honestly. And like, yeah, there are literal shaman shoulders with like this, surely. But we wear kilts. Yeah. Oh, this is kind of a kilt. It's got some. This is very, very short fur kilt. I was hoping to have a callback to Saurfang. I feel like there is armor in the game that is already a callback to Saurfang, though. I feel like that was... Here's the thing. It's kind of difficult with orcs and humans because they kind of already did Orc and Human Heritage armor in the Warfront sets. So they had to design Orc and Human Heritage armor that wasn't just the Warfront sets, because those already basically are them, you know? And like, I think they failed on that with the human armor. It's really cool, but if I told you that was a Warfront set, you'd be like, oh, is it? Oh, I don't remember that one, but yeah, I see that. If I told you this was a Warfront set, I mean, it doesn't look like the Horde Warfront sets. So in that sense, they have achieved something here in that they've made Hawk Heritage armor that isn't exactly like the Heritage sets, and that's the Warfront sets, and that's really good. But they've kind of already got it. That's the thing. Like, they've got their Saurfang armor, you know, from Warfronts. It does look a bit like WoD, but then WoD was very orc themed as well, wasn't it? The orc on the the belt on the humans looks plain. Yeah. I mean, I don't think like heritage armors should be too over the top, really. It's a hard one, isn't it? Because it's like, okay, your standard human adventurer should be able to wear this stuff, right? So it can't be like too over the top. I think like female orcs are going to look absolutely banging in this, honestly. Warfront armor is nothing like Saurfang armor, to be honest. I completely disagree. The red version of the Warfront set is very much like Saurfang armor, I think. It's got like the little dangly bit in front of his face and everything. But, I mean, each their own. What would you say your favourite heritage armor is so far? Tauren? Or, the Blood Elf one is really cool, actually. Blood Elf one's cool. I know it doesn't count, but Kultiran human as well. Oh, I think the gnome one is really cute, actually. The gnome one does a really great job. Yeah, because it, like, obviously it specifically looks good on gnome, because they're the only people who can wear it. Sure. Yeah, I really like the gnome one. I think that's really cool. The Void Elf is out there, yeah. But I don't know if we should really count allied races, because they're slightly different, aren't they? Yeah, the gnome one's... I think gnome is definitely up there for me. Yeah. Gnomes get a special race-only Flight Master Whistle as part of their heritage armor. That's wild. I didn't know that. Anyway, so this is great. This is it's good that they're just even like saying anything and announcing something. I think that's fantastic. Long may it continue. Thank you for the updates, Blizz. Really good work. Forbidden Reach. It sounds like, I'm not saying I'm disappointed. I'm not, because I know nothing about it. But it sounds like the repeatable content isn't new. Like, there's no new type of repeatable content that's going to happen there, it sounds like. It sounds like there's going to be some story quests. It sounds like new bosses and objectives. It's like, yeah, new world bosses, more storms, and get some loot. We'll see. I wonder what's going to happen to the current Recruit a Friend rewards. They're not just going to delete it, surely. My bet is that they'll leave it a year or 6 months, and then they'll put it on the store. They'll put all the Recruit a Friend rewards on the store, the current ones, after a while. Or Trading Post. I mean, yeah, good shout. I wonder what the new ones will be. I wonder if they'll be as good as the Explorer one. Don't forget, the Explorer one introduced a whole new type of transmog that we'd never seen before in backpacks. That was our first backpack. For a while, it was the only backpack you could get in-game. Was the Recruit a Friend one. So I have an idea that possibly they'll have the full version of Storms for the Isle. I like the way you think. I love your optimism. Never change. But I think, no, I think Storms are Storms. Alas. I think with Storms, what we have is what we get. Yeah. So, I mean, okay. I think it's going to be a fun update. I think it's going to be really cool. I hope it's kind of sooner rather than later. Let's make this one of those 7-week ones, right? Yeah, and like for me, the most important, like the most interesting thing about this entire patch is definitely the story content that's going to come with it, apparently, and the kind of hint that's going to give us for 10.1. They are going at a very fast pace by already announcing it as well. Yes, absolutely they are, and I think that's fantastic. I think that's really interesting, and it's good that they're keeping to that. But for me, it's all about the story content. I hope it's good. I've got a feeling the story content will be over quite quickly. Yeah, I'd be interested to see. I mean, the Forbidden Reach is a nice sized zone. It's nice that they're utilizing that again. It's going to feel like a new zone to most people. You know, like if you've never played an Evoker, if you didn't start an Evoker, then you've literally never been there. And if you have got an Evoker, then you've been there once for a couple of hours. And I think the 10.1 PTR will follow soon after 10.07. Yeah, once everyone's had a chance to... I don't think it will be like the same day or whatever. And I don't think we'll get an announcement the same day. You know, they're going to give everyone a chance to do the story and stuff first and not spoil too much. But I wouldn't be surprised if we get some cool cinematic as well with the story of 10.07. You know? I would not be surprised if we get some cool story. So all in all, good news. Keeping up the brisk pace. Obviously, I'm going to reserve any judgment until I see what the new content on Forbidden Reach, actually is. It doesn't sound uber exciting, I've got to be honest. But it'll be fun. Like, it's just fun to have new content to do, right? It's just fun to have a patch. It's just fun to have new shit. Better than not, right? So yeah, so far, Dragonflight's still absolutely nailing it. Well done, boys. See how I feel when I've finished my Renown, though, which I will have done for the Tuskar very, very soon. And for... I'll have finished 2 of my rep in the next day or so. So, yeah, the lore implications are way more exciting than the gameplay, for sure, for sure. But then the questing might be fun as well. I've got a feeling it's going to be good. Joke's on you, I got one Evoker, but I AFK'd enough in Forbidden Reach to be there 16 hours. Fair. Yeah, can't wait for the return to the Forbidden Reach. I think it'll be really fun. There's loads of the Forbidden Reach that lots of us haven't even seen because you don't actually see all of it as part of the level questing, right? So yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting. I think it's a really nice idea. I'm interested. Color me intrigued, fam. Just got to have fun for the next 8 weeks in 10.05 now. Bring on the trading post.